correctly, I think that Erica said that her favorite artist is Shaka Khan. Um, However, her phrasing and her singing style is actually very much Billie Holiday with a touch of Ella, but mainly Billie Holiday. Um, there's a sister from around the way, Karen Bernard. Karen, back in the day, she sang background on the live version of Next Lifetime by Erica. She's the one that was doing that jazzy feel with the scatting going on when they had the solo. She was the first soloist. And when I first met Karen, we were at uh, uh, a festival at Boys and Girls High. And I said to Karen, you know, it was rather impolite. It was rude for you to out sing Erica on her own live version, which is why she probably fired you. And then Karen ended up singing with Audrey and Sandra, Audrey Wheeler and Sandra Saint something. I forget. Longtime trio of background vocalists for Shaka Khan. And uh, Karen had a few things she did on her own, but mainly uh, she's probably better known as one of the longtime background vocalists for Shaka Khan. Like when I saw Shaka play at Wingate, um, Crown House Affair opened up for them. One of the few things that you ever see me cancel a training class for, I actually went and canceled that training class 2-2. I canceled that class just to go see Shaka at Wingate. And I've seen Shaka, I don't know, like 11 times in life. I've seen her in multiple cities up and down the eastern seaboard coast. So there is that. um, but one of the things about having such diversity of musical talent amongst our sisters, it equates to having the ingenuity, having the uh, diversity of talent amongst the various houses of the Moors and even the Moorish. Um, so some of the houses specialize in particular things. Um, there are those that, if you want to master the ephemeris and become a master of astrology, then you definitely want to go with that particular house of Moors that focuses on that. Um, there are those that are undeclared Moors. Um, they still use the misnomer um, that carries no weight in law, quote unquote, black. Um, they focus on discipline and they tend to be kind of sharp with it. They might dress well, be in ranks, and can drill. So they instill discipline. So everyone has a role, they have a talent, they have a skill that is necessary in the cultivation of the thought process to get our kith and kindred who are programmed by the colonizing hostiles uh, without ceasing to realize that there's a problem. Now, it is true that within the diversity that I speak of the various houses and their talents and skills, you can look at their angle of attack on particular things, how they proceed, and see how entangled, how encumbered they are, and how heavily programmed they are as well. They are basically they got the poison of the colonizing hostiles in their system as well. It doesn't mean that they don't have value. It's just that you have to be careful how you interact with them so you don't get entangled or encumbered yourself. And that's why our training, again, is the way it is, because we don't do the encumbered thing. Um, we can't get ourselves in a situation where we could be open to a collateral attack or a third-party attack. So we have to not do particular things with those who are rem and res compromised. We don't simply allow that to happen. And because we are constantly learning particular things through our operations on both sides of the ocean, North and South Amexem as well, what we walk into is things that advance our learning curve. So our training is constantly evolving to take into account the things that we learn, because we know that in the various things that we do for commerce and trade independently, we have to continue to do that in the way where we don't get encumbered, we don't get entangled, so we don't get ourselves open to, again, collateral or third-party attacks. It really comes down to that. So I know that most folks, because they lack what you're trained in, certain things may seem obtuse to them. They don't know what they're standing in and what they're standing is thinking. They don't realize particular things. Some of them know something is not quite right. They don't know how to deal with it, so they go along to get along. But they know something is not right, and they know that they don't have the wherewithal to fix it. Fortunately for them, we actually do. Sometimes when it comes to us, though, it's not that what we demonstrate is undesirable. They just don't like the fact that it's us that's demonstrating it, that's providing it, making it available. That's the way it is. That's the way it's been for a long time. Sadly, it's probably how it's always going to be for some, probably most, at least in this particular era. Certain things are happening across the planet that's forcing folks' hands, though. And parties are like, listen, I can either let my ego continue to push me in a particular direction and I'm going to go down in flames, or I could take my talents and skills and get with those that know what they're doing. We need them here. And if they come to that conclusion in their mindset they want to be here, well, we'll get them aboard, we'll train them. Some of them will fit in leadership and some won't. Some have a following and want to be in charge of something when they get here. If they can meet the criteria, I don't have an issue with it. It's just that most, thus far, not all, but most have not actually been able to meet that particular criteria. So we tell them, listen, you can earn that over time. See how you do during training. It's been our experience. Most don't want to go through the training as we do it. They desire the training, they just don't like the training and how we actually do it. Well, I understand their frustration. I also know that the evidence is overwhelming that the way we train is the most effective, which is why we are in the condition that we are in. Because as some would say, we punch way above our weight, and that's a fair thing to say. And we punch above our weight because of what we know and what we train everyone in. And that is how we win. So parties can take a particular position. I don't mind. That's their life. That's their opinion, and that's their choice. My duty, obligation, responsibility is to make sure that what we learn from our experiences across the planet, that we properly make sure that within the rigors of our law form, that we're able to carry on those particular things without getting encumbered or entangled with any outsiders. So taking those experiences and making sure that what we do for independent commerce and trade so our folks can feed themselves on our own terms remains.